AI, it's like the word on everyone's lips these days. And for good reason, right? I mean, it's changing everything, how we work, how we connect with each other, even how we chill and entertain ourselves. But there's a question that it keeps coming back to me, and I bet it's on your mind too. Where does India fit into all of this? All this AI stuff happening globally, where do we stand?
Yeah, it's a big question, and it's one that's super relevant, especially right now. I mean, think about it. India, we want to be a major player in the digital world,
Yeah.
right? And AI, well, it's not just some techie trend that comes and goes. It's becoming like the backbone of so many different areas of our lives. So where India lands in all of this, it's going to shape our influence, our economic strength, all of that for years to come, decades even.
It's true. Because, look, we're the fifth largest economy in the world. That's a big deal. So naturally, you'd think we'd be right up there leading the charge in something as game-changing as AI. But then you look around, you see the US, they've got these AI systems, ChatGPT, you've heard of that one, right? And then there's Gemini, Grok. These are becoming everyday names. They're showing what AI can really do in the real world.
Right, and it's not just about the names. These AI models, they're out there, they're being used. You see them integrated into apps and stuff that people are using every day. They're
Yeah.
shaping how we get information, how we process it. All over the world, this is happening.
And it's clear when you look at the patents, too. All those AI patents being filed, it's a real indicator. Between 2010 and 2022, you know how much the US had. A whopping 60%. And China, they weren't too far behind at 20%, but India, we were at like 0.5%. That kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, 0.5% versus 60%. It's like, wow, patents, they're how we measure new tech, right? Real breakthroughs, the stuff that can be protected, built upon, turned into businesses and all that. It shows just how much catching up we've got to do.
It's like we're in this huge innovation race, and everyone else is already sprinting ahead, racking up points, while we're still sort of, lacing up our shoes, figuring out which way to run.
It's true. We do hear that argument, though. The U.S. and China, they had a head start, right? They poured money into the foundations of AI way before we did. Research centers, universities, all of that. Got the ball rolling early. We're talking a 4 or 5 year lead, maybe even more.
Yeah, the Head Start argument, I get that. But it still feels like we're playing catch up in a game where the rules keep changing. Like we missed the first few chapters of the rule book.
That early investment, that consistent commitment to AI, that's the key, though. It creates an environment where innovation can really flourish. The talent comes in, the research gets better, and it just keeps building and building.
And that brings us to this weird situation, right? India, we've got over 900 million people online. That's a gigantic digital playground. Huge potential for AI, right? But here's the thing. We're mostly just using AI that other countries developed.
Right, it's like we've got this massive pool of users, people ready to embrace AI and all the data that comes with that. But we're not leveraging it to build our own stuff. We're not shaping the technology. We're just along for the ride.
Exactly. It's like having a stadium packed with cricket fans, all hyped up. But very few of the players on the field are actually from India. We're the audience. We're not the ones hitting the sixes.
It's a missed opportunity, really, because that user base, all that data, it's gold. It's what you need to train AI models, to develop AI that's tailored to our needs, to our context.
And it's not just something we're noticing here. Even the big players in the AI world are seeing it, like Sam Altman. He's the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. That super powerful AI that can write text, generate images, all of that. Well, he's been quoted expressing some disappointment, saying that India's not really living up to its potential when it comes to AI.
Yeah, and that's coming from someone right at the heart of AI. It's a signal, right, that we're not quite where we could be, where we should be.
So the question is, what can we actually do about it? It's easy to point out the problem, but what are the real solutions? One thing I've heard that makes a lot of sense is this. We need to start manufacturing AI chips right here in India. That seems like a fundamental step, right?
Absolutely. It's about self-reliance.
Yeah.
Imagine instead of always relying on other countries for these crucial components, we could build our own, tailor-made for what we need. It's about controlling that essential part of the AI ecosystem.
Exactly. And then there's this idea of an AI infrastructure fund. It got me thinking. Remember those big investments we made in stuff like bullet trains and our space program? It's like that. If we can prioritize those huge national projects, why not AI too, right? Put serious money behind it, build the infrastructure for research and development, everything.
It's a good comparison because an AI infrastructure fund, it could be a game changer. It could help us set up state-of-the-art research labs, get the high-powered computing resources we need, build up those massive data sets that are so crucial for AI development.
Then there's the whole talent issue. India, we have a ton of bright minds in tech, but we're at risk of losing them. They're heading overseas for better opportunities in AI research and development.
It's brain drain, and it's a serious problem. We need to create an environment where our top tech talent wants to stay, wants to innovate right here in India. We need to cultivate our own AI leaders.
And finally, it all comes down to investment, right? The numbers don't lie. The US, they're putting around 3.5% of their GDP into AI. China's at about 2.5%. India. We're lagging way behind at something like 0.7%.
Those figures, they tell a story. They show how seriously other countries are taking AI. And while 0.7% of India's GDP is still a lot of money, it's not enough to compete with the big leagues.
So imagine this. If we don't step up our game, what happens? AI innovation isn't going to wait for us. It's going to keep moving forward. And we'll end up being just consumers. Think about it. The memes we share, those deepfakes that are getting so real, even the news we read, they could all be created by AI systems built somewhere else. We'll be stuck depending on others for this crucial technology.
Exactly. And being dependent, it means we're not in control, we're not shaping the direction of AI, we're not making sure it aligns with our own cultural values, our own priorities. Plus, we're missing out on the economic benefits that come with being a leader in AI.
It's time to stop watching from the sidelines. India has the potential. We have the talent, the brains, the digital infrastructure. What we need now is a clear plan, a national AI strategy. And we need to back it up with serious investment, long-term commitment. We need to build our own AI ecosystem.
You're absolutely right. It's about turning potential into action. We need strong policies, strategic investments, and real collaboration between the government, universities, and industry, everyone working together.
Think about it. Right now, when we talk about AI, names like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, they pop up. But imagine a future where an Indian name is right there with them. An AI developed right here in India, solving Indian problems, making a real impact on the world.
It's an exciting thought. And it's a challenge for all of us, right, to move beyond being just fans of AI and become the players, the innovators, to shape the future of AI, not just be shaped by it.
That's the challenge. And it's a big one, but it's also an incredible opportunity.
Absolutely. And to you, the listener, we ask, what will that groundbreaking AI innovation from India be? What problem will it solve? What will it make possible? What role will India play in writing the future of AI? Because that future, it's still being written, and India, we have the chance to make our mark.